Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm Kelly Thomas, and let's talk about what a crochet business is supposed to feel like. If your crochet business is running as it should and is sustainable and ready for the long term, what should it actually feel like? Because I think a lot of us don't know what that is in the beginning, and we have unrealistic expectations of what's going to happen. So over the last 10 weeks, we've been covering an awful lot of ground about what to do when your crochet business isn't working, about introducing recurring income, and all the mental gymnastics and practical steps that happen in between. This is the last episode in the series, and it's what everything has been building up to. And that's what your crochet business should look like when it's working properly, when it's working for you and not draining you and exhausting you. Because when you're selling what you make, you are trapped in that cycle. Time versus profit and trying to fit everything in and not having enough time for the money that you're making. That's not how a sustainable crochet business should run. What a sustainable business looks like is something that folds into your life while giving you the time to live your life. You want to make a living from your crochet. You want to have the profit coming in so that you can live life. You don't want to be stuck working and that being your life. A sustainable crochet business is supposed to fit into your everyday workings. So you still have time to be with your family. You still have time to do your other obligations like looking after the house, checking in on your relatives, and being able to switch off in the evening and leave it behind for the day. And do all this while it's still making enough money that you can comfortably live off it. A crochet business is supposed to be like, it's supposed to feel much easier. It's not supposed to exhaust you. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy doing. It's something that does not stress you overly much. To have a stress-free business, I think that's asking a bit much. But it's not the type that's going to have you awake at midnight worrying about parcels being lost in the post and worrying how you're going to fit more orders into an already busy day. Instead, it should be about organising your day, about knowing what you're going to be doing each day and fitting it all in and still being able to switch off and make dinner for the family, being able to sit down and enjoy that without having your business crowding your mind and occupying your thoughts. This is how it's supposed to feel. This is what you want to get to and leave that exhausting, constant behind. You don't want to be crocheting at all hours of the day and night. You don't want it to be filling your thoughts all the time. It just needs to be something that you can work on in the hours that you have and still have time to live. That's the ambition. And for me, it got there eventually. When I was selling what I made, I was working all the time. I was crocheting what I had to, not what I wanted to. And at the end, I was losing the love of my crochet. I had no time for myself. I had not enough time for my family. I had a young son at the time, and I didn't feel like I was spending enough time with him. When I switched to selling crochet patterns, the relief, it didn't come instantaneously. It took actually a few days for me to realise that I wasn't stressing out over orders. I wasn't worried about packages going missing. I got the love of my crochet back. I could have that control back, crocheting what I wanted to rather than what my customers needed me to. If I didn't feel like crocheting, I didn't have to. I could put my hook down. That was a kind of freedom that I hadn't had up until that point for a very long time. And then once I had that realization, I then wondered, why didn't I do this sooner? Why did I stay stuck in that determination to make selling what I made work when it was crushing? It was crushing in so many ways. I was tired. My brain never stopped buzzing. I didn't have the time that I needed to enjoy life for myself or my son, and I could never switch off. My crochet felt like a chore in the end. It was not a nice place to be, but it was also where I felt comfortable. So making the change was difficult, but once I'd done the change, very quickly, I wondered why the hell I hadn't done it sooner, and never had any regrets. Once the realization was there, although I felt some guilt about, changing and leaving what I'd built to that point behind, I never really made any efforts to try and go back. And that subsided quite quickly. And I have never regretted it. Best decision I ever made. And my crochet business now runs in pockets of time. I do it when I choose to. I crochet what I want when I want. Could I make more money for my crochet business? Absolutely. But it's about finding the balance that works for you between how much time you spend on your business and how much money comes in. Getting the balance right for you. And it is very possible. It is absolutely possible. But it's not supposed to feel exhausting. It's not supposed to feel stressful, which is what was happening when you sold what you make. Putting recurring income into your crochet business, it changes the equation entirely. And you can make far more money from pockets of time than you ever could selling what you made. That's what we try to do. Give you back the freedom of your time, give them back your freedom of your creativity, and give you back the time you need for yourself, for your family, for your children, for yourself, so that you can live the life that you want. Your crochet business is supposed to complement your life, not take it over. That's what your crochet business is supposed to feel like. Everything we covered over the last 10 weeks, the fears, the time battle, the transition, is a lot to navigate on your own. And that's why I've created the Blueprint. Blueprint is a 90-day program where we take you through this entire process that we've been talking about over the last 10 weeks, but you do it with me alongside you, with a community to support you and, having all the information that you need to not only navigate those fears, that's self-belief, but to be able to make those choices about what your next direction is. We have a community. We have live sessions to get your questions answered. You can use that community to post your questions at any time. And at the end of it, we're going to create a 90-day roadmap that is unique to you so that you know what next steps to take to build this new chapter in your crochet business. We'll have all the information that you need about your options for recurring income, the deep dives into each one of them, so that you can make the right choice for you. This is about getting your business made, about getting the right path for you so that you can leave this program with the peace of mind that you know what to do next and the clarity to make sure that you know what you're doing for the next 90 days to get everything in place and get your crochet business on the road to that sustainable, profitable crochet business that you were supposed to have from the start. If you don't want to be figuring it out by yourself anymore, then this is for you. The link is in the show notes if you want to join us. We get started in September, so you've got a little time to think about it and make your mind up. But no matter what you decide, whether you're going to join us in the Blueprint or keep going by yourself, which is a perfectly legitimate path, you have the information. It's whether you feel that you can take that road on your own. But the path is there. You are more ready than you think. You are more capable than you believe. And whether you choose to go it alone or you want the support to go through this path, through the blueprint, then you have the future in your hands. You can create the crochet business that you've been dreaming of, the business that you set out to create in the first place with your time back in your control, the love of your crochet and your creative side being able to be what it needs to be without the pressure of orders, without that pressure of time, and having to make money no matter day or night or what's going on. Let's create the crochet business that you deserve to have and the crochet business that you need in order to live the life that you want. So thank you for listening, and I shall see you next time for the next episode, and bye for now.